Hey everybody. Generalsplatton has a kind of a contest or just kind of a bio for all the different people out in the community, and this is like everybody. If you're watching this video and you've ever painted a figure, this includes you. So I just wanted to hop on board. I already caught one response vid by Ren Zero. And man, if you saw the steps that Ren has gone through the years as both a painter and a modeler, it's just inspiring. It's really, really, really inspiring. The concept is how well you did over a year, but the fact of the matter is, all you guys out there know I do terrain. I don't really paint figures, so I thought I would do it a little bit more like Ren did his, where he just showed a progression over time. And so let's get started. This is back in my very early, let's see if I can do this here, back in my very early days of 15mm. I got into this on the fantasy side instead of the sci-fi side, and I wanted to find 5mm figures, but they didn't have any good 5mm fantasy figures out there, so I bumped it up to 15mm. And this is an example of like a high elf or a royal type elf in the 15mm scale. I think 15mm is pretty close to 1/72 for you model scale model type people out there. This is another quick version of it. They're really beautifully sculpted. I mean, you can really pick out the chainmail on it. The folds are really nicely done. These are very small figures sculpted to a very high level. And just one more. This is my pretty army. I've got an orc army that's not quite as pretty in that scale. And yes, I do give elven players a bunch of crap because of Legolas. Anybody that can run up an elephant, kill everything on board, shoot 3 arrows and slide down the trunk and not even bother to look back is just, that's way too, you know, come on. So these are my demons in my 15mm scale. I got a drummer. I really love this. It's got a drummer, and it's got this poor guy right here. Probably can't get him to focus. This poor guy right here carrying the drum. And I kind of made the area where the drum's beating into the leather. It kind of beats the curing that goes on the surface and turns almost white. So I try to replicate that. These next two I'm probably most proud of because they didn't cost me a cent. These are my flesh blobs. They're supposed to look like, you know, like living cancers or whatever it is you want to call it. And they kind of flop across the battlefield, and if they flop on top of you, you get digested. And all this is, guys, is just weld splatter. Look at that organic shape. I mean, that is as good looking as almost any 25mm figure I've ever bought. And that is pure, just natural weld splatter. And they even can come out a little bit into like arms and stuff. And that's slick. I find that so cool. Here's one of my orcs. I took a Reaper six-legged wolf as my heavy cavalry, and he's one of the leaders of the cavalry because he's got a standard on him. But it's nothing really special. But I think they're cool. Love the scale. Even painted the eye and the teeth. This is a little bit of a bigger. This is my Hawkmen army that I made. Pardon me. I wish I had a nice setup like WG Consortium's spin table. That is so freaking cool. But it's got a Hawkman riding a griffin. And I just really like these models. They don't make them anymore. They're the old AD&D Battle Systems. Here is a wolf I did way back in the day. Got the green eye going on. I gotta do the base work yet. It's got a rusted out sword. A lot of these are covered in dust because they've been down in my work space downstairs, but I still really like them. More recently, those of you guys that have gone back with me, these are my my Eldar that are in lava camo, and the backstory is that they are rather insane at this point, and they're only a few steps away from actually shifting and becoming Dark Eldar. This one I like because it's a conversion. It's a different game system model. Even the base isn't a standard 40mm base. All it is just that masonite cut and ground to an angle. It looks just like a regular 40mm base, but nothing. It's like so cheap. I can't even express how cheap that was, price-wise, to build. But it's got a little bit of a glow effect around the eyes. I think that's kind of cool. More in that paint scheme. I like how it almost has the let's see if I can get the detail to pop out. It almost has like a like that limestoney look, or marble. That's what I'm looking for. It almost has like a marble look to it. It really ended up looking nice. We'll just move on to the other stuff. Last one. Haven't built the model yet, but that's what my Falcon Grav tank's going to look like. Last stuff, Starship Troopers. Those of you that have gone back away with me, you guys know about these. The electric bugs. You get a line of these guys and they actually form an electric, like Tesla arc in between them, and their job is just run past troops and just electrify them. And there's my big guy. I'm not even going to bother trying to pick him up. Those that have gone back a ways with me have seen him. I try to do him up as if he's just about to fire. That's how he's got that lightish blue nighttime look. And I also wanted these guys to look like they could act as his bodyguard as well. But let's talk about some real artists. Let's talk about some real artists. Not, I wouldn't put myself in that category compared to these guys. This is from Jedi Jim. And Jedi Jim is an old school D&D'er, which I absolutely love. Look at that shield. Isn't that freaking awesome? He goes back way into the day. Look at the eyes. These are just ancient figures, guys. This was cutting edge. This was like Reaper freaking quality back in the day. And that's what I find so cool. This is so nostalgic. You young bloods out there, you guys started off with unbelievable figures. This is the kind of stuff that we cut our teeth on. Oh, gods, like 30 years ago, something like that. I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, look at this. He even painted the pages. And those of you who haven't subscribed to Jedi Jim, I highly recommend that you do it. Jedi Jim did and unbelievable. This goes way back to his early painting days. I mean, there's a couple points where it's gotten bumped around and it's missing a little bit of paint here and there. These figures probably go back at least 20, 25 years. Everybody will know who this is. This I picked up from AG Productions. We were down at Origins, and I got to see his stuff up close and personal. As a matter of fact, we went out and we did dinner afterwards. But you know, Christopher is just an unbelievably nice and cool guy, and his stuff is just amazing. His figures can bring any battlefield to life, let me tell you, and he's just so incredibly nice. You know, you think he's nice in his videos, he's even nicer in real life. This is from a buddy of mine named Dustin. Dustin he was an art teacher, and he's actually now like VP in a company where he's in charge of like the whole artistic stuff of that company. And he just, oh my god, his stuff is so beautiful. He's one of those people that, remember my video, people you love to hate? Oh my god, I just hate Dustin. And he's another one of those people that's just unbelievably nice. His work is so clean, so pretty. You know, he's not afraid to use metals. He's not, you know, some people, they gotta do like non-metallic metals and stuff. I mean, he'll go with glosses in places that you would never use glosses and stuff. His work is just so free. It's so free and so pretty. Just love his work. And if you don't know who this person is, you are on another planet. Obviously, this comes from the one and only Ren Zero. Ren not only made this for me, he made a video series about painting this. And that dribble right there, that is see-through. And just the detail level is unbelievable. And he's magnetized the whole thing. I would take it apart, but I've got one hand holding the camera. And Ren's work is just so pretty. Just brings a tear to your eye. Just lovely, lovely stuff. Just gotta love it. And last, definitely not least, is my bro Nataku. Now Nataku, I mean, he's had a rep as an unbelievable painter since before I was even on. And I looked at this figure. Now look at this. That trace line there, I totally thought that was light. I looked at this figure for about a half an hour. After he left, I just set it down on my chest and I was just looking at it. Wow, this is cool. I got something from Nataku. His lines are so subtle and so precise. You cannot tell the difference between the actual light line across the angle and his trace line across that angle. It's that pretty, it's that clean. His work is just, oh, so sexy. So cool. But these are the real painters, guys. I don't consider myself a real painter. These guys are the real painters. And I'm just so lucky that I've ran across them. And I actually own some of their art. So hope this helps, and I hope I turned you on some really good painters. So take care, love you, bye bye.